Hello, my fellow Nigerians. This is another news concerning a Lagos Calaba coastal road. Project is undoubtedly Nigeria's most ambitious transport infrastructure project since independence. In terms of scope, distance covered, and connectivity, not even the third mainland bridge in Lagos, the second Niger bridge in Onitsha, Asaba, or the Abuja-Kano Express comes close. It is simply a world-class iconic project. Before I go further, I want us to take a brief trip back to history. The idea for a major coastal federal road in Nigeria was first conceptualized in 1955 by the then Federal Commissioner of Finance, late Chief Festus Okotie-Eboh, who hails from present-day Delta State. Okotie-Eboh proposed the development of a network of rail and road routes from Lokoja, Benin City, Koko, Warri, Onitsha to aid the movement of goods. Especially, he proposed the Koko Ogeye Ekpe Dua carriageway project that was to traverse Niger Delta and Ondo State and terminate at Ekpe in Lagos. This road is basically meant to huge the coastal areas of Delta and Ondo states and shorten travel distance between Lagos and the Niger Delta and the rest of the eastern region. The project did not take off in the First Republic. During the administration of Olusegun as a civilian president, he elected to commence construction of a variant of the coastal road from Warri in Delta State to Calaba. This was what came to be known as the East-West Road in 2010. However, the government of President Goodluck Jonathan, through NDDC, also awarded the Koko Ogeye Ekpe Road to Levant Construction Limited. The Lagos state government, on its part, during the administration of then Governor Bola Tinubu, was also independently planning to build a coastal road that will span the entire Lekki-Ekpe axis, which it foresaw as the next major economic frontier in Lagos and the country. 13 years later, the chief visionary of that Lagos coastal road is now Nigeria's president. President Tinubu then decided to marry his Lagos coastal road vision with that of Okotie-Eboh's Koko Ogeye Ekpe coastal road vision, in addition to the thinking behind the East-West road, to come up with a variant of the Lagos Calaba coastal road that we have now. What is the Lagos Calaba coastal road project? This is simply a 700-kilometer mega highway that starts from Victoria Land in Lagos and ends in Calaba, Cross River State. It will pass through Ogun, Ondo, Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom states before terminating at Calaba. This coastal highway is the first of its kind in the world. First and foremost, it comprises a 10-lane boulevard with 5 lanes on each side of the dual carriageway and a standard huge train track in the middle. Concrete pavement technology is to be adopted in the construction of the entire stretch of the road. The Lagos-Calabar coastal route has two major spurs. First is the 1,000-kilometer Badagry-Sokoto road, which will connect the southwest to the north central and the northwest through the shortest route possible, terminating at Sokoto. The second spur is the Enugu-Abakaliki-Ogoja road going to Cameroon, which essentially connects the southeast to the coastal route. This spur continues from Enugu to Otukpo to Nasarawa to Akpo in Abuja. Essentially, the Lagos-Calabar coastal road is an arterial road that connects the six geopolitical zones. Synopsis of the funding for the coastal road project. The total estimated cost of the 700-kilometer Lagos-Calabar coastal road project is put at 15.6 trillion naira. The funding model for the Lagos-Calabar coastal road projects is EPC, engineering, procurement, construction, and financing, where the federal government would put up a counterpart financing of around 30%, while the contractor funds the remainder. Last October, FEC approved the EPC model for this project in favor of a high-tech construction company, going by the estimated 15.6 trillion naira cost for the entire coastal road stretch. The federal government's counterpart fund is around 4.68 trillion naira. The federal government, in a bid to hasten the commencement of the project, decided to finance construction of the first 48 kilometers in phase 1 of the road project, which runs from Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, to the Lekki Deep Sea Port. The contract sum of 1.06 trillion was awarded for this section by FEC to HITEC, and construction is ongoing with unprecedented speed. Whatever funding federal government is providing for this section of the road will come under the federal government's counterpart fund. I must emphasize that this funding model adopted by the Tinubu administration is the best model possible, considering the country's revenue size. This is a monumental infra project being majorly funded with private finance. This is possible because the coastal route is extremely viable. Most of the unnecessary controversies that have been amplified by some people over this coastal route projects have centered on the demolition of structures along the path of the road, as well as misconceptions about the funding model, with critics of the project having an erroneous impression that the federal government will fund the entire project. Little attention has been paid to the staggering benefits that the Lagos-Calabar coastal road would bring about. I want to briefly lay them out now. Job creation. Critics talk about exaggerated job losses that may be witnessed as a result of demolition of structures on the coastal routes right of way, especially in Lagos. But few pause for a moment to look at the immense amount of new jobs that this massive project will create, both directly and indirectly. Already the project has started creating thousands of direct and indirect jobs, courtesy of the actual construction work currently ongoing at multiple sections of the 47-kilometer stretch. The workers that would be part of this project are not ghosts. They are Nigerians. The construction of the railway component of this coastal road is another source of massive job creation. Hundreds of permanent jobs will also be required after completion of construction, as people would be engaged to carry out toll management, road maintenance, etc. New industries, filling stations, CNG stations, auto mechanic workshops, shopping malls, hotels, etc. will do the iconic coastal roads axis while creating many jobs in the process. This is one of the direct effects of having that road. GDP growth. The Lagos-Calaba coastal project is a very important project with unparalleled economic value. This is a road that connects Nigeria's biggest economy zone, Lekki Free Trade Zone, housing the Dangote Refinery, Lekki Deep Sea Port, and many existing and potential industries to the rest of the south and the north via 10-lane dual carriageway. The potential impact of this road on our GDP growth is huge, considering the fact that it will facilitate an increase in economic activities, as well as improve ease of movement of goods and people, and invariably ease of doing a business. Like I mentioned earlier, the road will drastically cut down travel time between Lagos to the south and the southeast to less than 6 hours through an alternative shorter route, and open new corridors of development. With the 1,000-kilometer spur from Badagry in the Atlantic coast to Sokoto on the edge of the Sahel, we would also have a north-south modern highway that smoothens land transport, connectivity, and trade between the north and south. As a growing nation that keeps expanding, it doesn't make sense to limit ourselves to existing roads, which are equally getting massive attention by the renewed Hope administration. My people, what do you see to this project? Give your comment, your opinion in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel. Say your opinion. Share, love, like, share and share. Thanks and God bless.